Good morning. This is Deacon Dick from Christ Our Light Catholic Church. Thanks for joining us this morning on this fifth Sunday of Lent. I'd like to share with us this morning our responsorial psalm from today's Mass. Sometimes we overlook the responsorial psalm, but this one in particular, for me, has a real depth of meaning. The news doesn't get any better these days, does it? It feels like we're in the depths. We're in isolation. There's a lot of uncertainty, and out of uncertainty comes fear. And so I think this psalm is particularly poignant and relevant for us today. And I would invite you to pray it along with me. So I will pray the psalm, and then I would ask you to join me in the response. And the response is, "With the Lord is mercy and fullness of redemption." With the Lord is mercy and fullness of redemption. And so we pray. Out of the depths I cry to you, O Lord. Lord, hear my voice. Let your ears be attentive to my voice in supplication. With the Lord there is mercy and fullness of redemption. If you, O Lord, mark iniquities, Lord, who can stand? But with you is forgiveness, that you may be revered. With the Lord there is mercy and fullness of redemption. I trust in the Lord. My soul trusts in his word. More than sentinels wait for the dawn, let Israel wait for the Lord. With the Lord is mercy and fullness of redemption. For with the Lord is kindness, and with him is plenteous redemption, and he will redeem Israel from all their iniquities. With the Lord there is mercy and fullness of redemption. Thank you for praying the responsorial psalm, out of the depths. When I read this psalm, or I prayed this psalm this morning and reflected on it, something jumped out to me that never had occurred before, and that is that there is a certain flow in this psalm. It goes from I to a focus on the Lord, back to a focus on I, but then there's a movement. There's a movement toward all of us together with the Lord. So let's just take a quick walk through this responsorial psalm. Out of the depths I cry to you, O Lord. Hear my voice. Be attentive to my supplication. Notice that the focus is on me alone. And yet we move to the next part of the psalm that says, you are the judge, O Lord, because with you is forgiveness. You are mercy itself. The focus is now changed to be on the Lord rather than us. Then we move on. I trust even while things are bad. I trust because of your promise, O Lord. And yet there is a movement toward looking toward Israel. In other words, toward looking toward all of humanity. So we find this little shift going on, this movement. And then in the final part of the psalm that we read this morning, we find that the Lord is full of kindness and plenteous redemption. The focus is on God and on all creation, on all humanity. So isn't it interesting in this psalm that we move from ourselves to God, and from that relationship with God, we move out to encounter all of humanity, all of creation, to pray for and with all humanity and all creation. Today's gospel talks about the raising of Lazarus, the resuscitation of Lazarus by Jesus. There are three words in this rather lengthy gospel that I think help us these days in our travails. There's just three words, and these are the words: And Jesus wept. He wept at the death of his friend Lazarus. Jesus weeps with us now. Jesus walks with us. He invites us, as he did Lazarus, come out. Come out of your fear. Come out of your uncertainty. Come out of your isolation and be with me. So maybe today we can spend just a few moments in quiet. And I would invite each of us to just extend our hand out. Close our eyes and be present to the Lord and hear what the Lord has to say. Well, thanks for joining me this morning, and I look forward to chatting with you again virtually, but more importantly, to chatting with you and seeing you again in person very soon. May God's peace be with you.